must find a moment to gather our strength.
You have my protection. My magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. It would seem that
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the council's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead. A mere puppet. However, with your majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
What's the make of this? Just about anything.
Market I go.
I might hit them on anything.
Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
I'm afraid I don't have any knowledge about that quest as yet. If you require guidance, you must hire a pawn who does.
Interested in my wares?
How might I serve you, Arisen? Fair travels, Arisen.
If your pack grows overfull, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items. I'll have the gold for you in a trice. What marvelous ill fortune.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff the... I'm only glad to have proven my...
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns. Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
That sounds most unpleasant. I do hope we shall remain...
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military.
Interested in my wares? Go on, have a look. Gold's made to be spent. Many thanks.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch.
Say, you've got a decent arm on you. No need to be humble. Just the other day, I watched you fell a massive monster with my own two eyes. I've ne'er seen the like. Pray, sir, teach me to fight like you do. I'm after an instructor, see, but the ones in this city are cravens all. The sort that decided to teach to avoid the battlefield. If I'm to grow stronger, I need to learn from someone who's seen actual battle. A real warrior, such as yourself. Won't you give me a chance? And this Baron fellow, he's a real warrior? I suppose you wouldn't recommend him if he wasn't. And after all, I've seen your prowess. I'm inclined to trust your judgment. Many thanks, sir. Methinks I'll seek out this Baron and see what he can teach me.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will. Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Right you are.
Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of respite for the weary. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. Only an unseasoned trader falters in trying. You know where to find me.
I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
Am I shedding? Must be my winter
Need
coat
anything?
growing in.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? I enjoy this work. Keeps me on my toes. Many thanks.
This really is fine craftsmanship. I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
Apologies, sir, but we've not got any Arch Estate. Goods aren't flowing as freely as they used to, see. Seems monsters have gotten a taste for our ox carts, because attacks are on the rise. Strangely enough, 'tis the arms shipments that are being targeted the most. I just hope this doesn't mean the beasts are gaining in intellect. So far, no one's done a thing about it. And if this keeps on, my business is doomed. I hesitate to ask, but what of you, sir? Should you take interest in aiding my plight, pray speak to the guild head, Klaus.
Keep moving.
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost... hospitality in all Vernworth. Much obliged. Well met, sir.
Tell is, Vermund was once the Beastren Kingdom.
Fascinating.
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or greatswords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you, unless you were to procure a weapon yourself, that is. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We'll not find anything if we don't start looking.
Ah, our errand is nearly done, and not a moment too soon.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
'Tis no great shock to me.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen. Seems I've drawn the short straw. Of course, I wouldn't dream of complaining about it.
I cannot fathom your intent.
This really is fine.
Now there's a...
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be grateful for aught you can reclaim, truly. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox-cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the western road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore, but no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
Need anything?
Have you need of me?
the signal.
Just about anywhere right now.
No one's coming to assail us. Mayhap we've scared them all off.
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day.
What to do? What's this all about?
What am I supposed to do?
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Let my magic grant you an elemental rune. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
We've got problems!
And leave it to me.
Stricken with smoke. How troublesome.
I'll have you back on your feet in no time at all.
I will fix this, here and now! Here, strike with lightning on your side.
Ah, they mean us harm. How adorable.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independent.
Let me get that.
I see you recognize my worth, Arisen. I suppose I should...
Hold a moment. Haven't we already found what's being asked of us here?
Cave. Shall we proceed into the depths?
We'd best be prepared to make our own light before we proceed.
Of course.
We are to retreat, then?
Let us defer to the Arisen. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Well done.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths.
Here we go again.
If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
No quarrels here. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
I shan't let them harm you.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. Arisen, you are full of surprise. I look forward to informing my own master about it.
Now that is a surprise. I grant you lightning's fangs.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there. In this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurer's trade.
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here. Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Keep your eyes peeled. Let my magic grant you an elemental being.
I've got you. Use it. Chance to recover.
The Arisen has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames!
I will finish this, here and now. I'll combine my magic with yours. You might cast the spell more quickly. Might I be of assistance? Take care where you place Brace your feet. A sharp incline is as like to throw us off balance as 'tis our enemies. Here, strike with lightning on your side. Methinks we can move this boulder into Greg together.
A firm push is what's needed here.
Allow me. I would gladly be of aid, Arisen.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Danger might lurk anywhere. Where every... shadow, and mind the ceiling.
Oh, 'twas but a trick of the light.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer.
We found an arcus staff and great sword both. What say we bring them to Sir Klaus? Follow me, Master, if you would. I'll bring you to the one you seek.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Here, if you please. Come to think of it, we've already found what's needed here. It should be in one of our packs.